Hello there everyone, today we are back playing more Genshin Impact, and in this part we are about to go meet Lady Ningguang, I believe. So let's head on over to Mount Tianhan. Hey, we made it.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber!
That's pretty high up.
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is.
You're only realizing that now?
Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
Alright. Should be one of those wind thingies, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there it is. Alright, switch to the Traveler and...
Hey, look! There's some sort of mechanism.
Yeah, I know. I was about to use it and then you interrupted me.
Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
Maybe it's the way up to the Jade Chamber.
Yes, this must be the way.
It's not, but whatever. Okay. I think you get a chest from going up there, though. Yeah. I smell treasure. Whee! Treasure. Ah!
It only takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go.
Best we go back to Liyue and ask the Millilith.
Huh? Why?
The way up shouldn't be a secret, or...
Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right? Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
No thanks, I don't have a death wish.
Oh, right. This method does seem a bit unsafe.
Paimon. Still, I do remember that the ballista had a scope.
Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Alright, let's go do that. Oh shoot, the Millilith's here. You don't see me. Oh, never mind, I guess I have to talk to you.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Hallowed what now? These are the wilds around Mount Tianhan.
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us.
I'm quite sure that's not the case.
Now Paimon's mad. You, over there. This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come. Line them up and knock them down.
Okay.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong Ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
We were just looking for the way to the Jade Chamber.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
Uh-oh.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrence. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Thinking isn't that hard, Paimon.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
That was...
Shh, Paimon, don't complicate the matter.
Eh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them.
Any chance you could talk it out with them?
Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Another super bold statement.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, traveler. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Favor?
Paimon, that's not the point.
But... Wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just to respect Liyue's culture.
Ah, so eager.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion, and... well then.
You
May we
listen
meet again,
as Kaching
traveler.
explains the correct path. Okay.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
She made a good impression on me, too.
So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her?
You really have shifted focus, haven't you, Paimon?
Oh, right! Paimon Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar frosted slime. Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang. Why don't we go with that for a gift?
So, do you have a recipe?
Nope. But Paimon's sure that we just need to make it with some boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka, like Jianling.
Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
Yes, ma'am, let's go.
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one.
Okay, box slime. Let's continue on. What do we have here?
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air? Huh? Did you hear that?
It sounded like someone calling for help.
It seemed like it came from those ruins over there.
Oh my god, there's a guy in there.
Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
And damn treasure hoarders always locking people up in cages. What the hell? That was just straight up abuse, bro. There we go. Okay, open. Hello, sir. You alright there?
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders, when their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
Damn.
It was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry, I will compensate you both.
There's really no need.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Your goodwill is good enough for me.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
Oh? And what might that be?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that box.
Great! Paimon's sugar frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
Awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna grab those flowers. Where are the flowers? Oh, here they are. Cool. Ah, what the freak? What just happened? Oh. Oh!
Yeah, something's definitely off here. Look at all that spooky smoke around the ley line deposit over there. Could that be where the monsters are coming from?
It's the what's it, the Stygian Onslaught? Something like that?
Looks like the Millelith have set up camp to deal with this. There's soldiers and fortifications everywhere.
I forgot that was over here. That deposit looks familiar.
Yeah, let's fight side by side with the Millelith and send those monsters packing, just like old times. Then we can focus on what to do about that weird deposit.
Halt, you two. There's danger up ahead. I'll have to ask you to turn back. No, wait. I think I recognize you. Are you Sergeant Traveler?
Sergeant Traveler?
Sergeant? What the heck? Have you been doing night shift in the Millelith while Paimon's asleep?
Me? Absolutely not.
I'm Feng Jin, leader of this Millelith platoon. Staff Officer Su Ding has mentioned you before and had nothing but praise for your extraordinary talents. Our reports also list you as an honorary knight in the Knights of Favonius, granted captain-level authority in times of crisis. Therefore, it seems only appropriate to address you as Sergeant. But now that introductions are out of the way, let's get back to business. Please, come with me. We should meet with Lady Yuheng.
Wait, Kuching's here too? Huh. This situation must be more complicated than we thought. So much for solving this with one quick fight.
Well,
Lady Yuheng, as you predicted, the Traveler and his second-in-command are here to see you.
Kuching.
Good work, Fangjin. It's been a while, you two. I see you're still chasing danger. The news has barely gone out, and here you are, first at the front line as ever.
Sergeant Traveler reporting for duty.
Let me start by giving you a brief background of the situation. For many years, this ley line deposit has been very stable. However, for reasons we've not yet determined, it recently became unusually active, which has led to an alarming surge in monster attacks. Worse still, eliminating the monsters seems to have no effect. The ley line disturbance remains, and anyone who comes into contact with it is transported to a strange domain. This is the first time we've seen this sort of anomaly.
Yikes! That's really weird.
Hey, pussycat. My
somehow,
cat just came
this
out from
ley
under
line
my bed.
deposit has turned into a sort of
Hold on, let me let her out real quick. Anyways.
And shouldn't you guys be calling for more backup? There's no way a camp this size can withstand an otherworldly invasion.
Please don't worry, Paimon. Our defenses are as stable as can be, and all units are elite officers who have served in the Guili Plains. With their experience, each one of them is easily worth 100 troops. Still, the longer this garrison stays up, the more costly it will be. If we don't find the source of the ley line disturbance soon, we run the risk of depleted resources and troop fatigue. Military action should be taken with precision and prudence. Every attack has to count. A passive defense is always a losing strategy.
That makes a lot of sense. Sitting around and waiting for the enemy to attack sounds like it would really suck.
Yeah.
Yes, which is why Yelan has taken a team to infiltrate and investigate the domain. They should be back in a few hours with the intel we need.
A few hours? I'm sorry, I would have taken my time if I'd known the Lady Yuheng wanted to catch up with the Traveler in private. Sorry, Yelan's not a voice, so I gotta do the voice for her. And I kind of forgot what her voice sounds like, so oopsie. As a special intelligence officer who works under Ningguan, Yelan comes and goes like a shadow. Even the ruling Qixing, with their vast powers, must find some dark corners hard to reach. This is where Yelan comes in, with her task being to clean these corners up by dint of her exceptional capabilities as an intelligent agent. A word to the wise, do not try to lie to her, for falsehoods may last as long as fragile bubbles before her meticulous thoughts. Damn.
Ah! Why'd you have to sneak up on us like that, Yelan?
You're back early. I'm guessing things didn't go according to plan.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that we now have a rough idea of what's going on. In short, this anomaly is a vestige of a past ley line disturbance. By examining on-site samples and cross-checking them against our war records, I was able to confirm that the ley lines are currently reenacting major historical battles inside the domain. This likely explains the monsters that managed to slip out too. Another ley line disturbance, huh? Sounds familiar? Thought it might. My sources tell me that Mondstadt has experienced a similar phenomenon in the recent past. Fortunately, the situation never spiraled out of control, thanks to a relentless effort by a certain honorary knight and a Dark Knight hero to keep the monsters at bay. D-Luke mention. This eventually depleted all the information stored in the ley line, after which it returned to normal. Basically, they waged a war of attrition and won.
Well, that explains why the ley line deposit is bright red. There was one just like it back then, too. Big and red and plump. Huh, like a juicy apple ripe for the picking.
Tell me more about this honorary knight. Sounds like a cool person. I see what you're doing, Traveler. Making light of the situation signals to the person trying to hire you that if they want you to take things seriously, they need to make you a serious offer. But don't worry, we won't disappoint you on that front.
You're starting to lose Paimon a little.
And the bad news, Yelan? Give it to us straight.
Sure. As you've already noticed, this leyline disturbance differs from previous cases in that defeating the monsters here in the outside world will not suffice. So unless we target the deepest recesses of this domain and defeat all the monsters lurking within, this battle could drag on forever. To complicate things further, there seems to be a strange set of rules at play in the domain. While we were inside, my team and I started to notice that something was working against us, forbidding us from reaching the core. Things went smoothly at first. We were collecting and analyzing items without too much trouble, but once we pushed deeper, the team was overcome with a sudden sense of weakness. They could no longer fight at full strength. Meanwhile, the monsters only got stronger. Some of them even showed traits we've never observed before. It got pretty dicey at points. My verdict is, we need to find someone highly resistant to leyline interference who can look into the domain's rules undisturbed. If they let a squad inside, they could figure out how to navigate the environment, then strike at the heart of the domain and quell this leyline disturbance once and for all. Huh, I see what you're doing.
So to summarize, we have two options. The first is to strengthen our defenses, keep fending off the monster attacks, and hope the disturbance dies down in due course. Option 2 is to send the Traveler inside the domain with a team of troops to eliminate the disturbance at the source. Understood. I'll prepare for both courses of action. I'll need to contact Ningguang and request additional funding for our defenses. At the same time, I'll reach out to the Kayang to discuss manpower. We need to get our troops on rotation as soon as possible.
Hey, isn't this the part where you're supposed to tell us to get out there and give them what for?
Sorry, but peacekeeping in Liyue is a duty that belongs to the Millelith and the Qixing. It's my role as commander to keep my officers from taking on unnecessary risks. Plus, I don't want you taking this on all by yourself, for reasons both professional and personal. So if you don't want to get involved, I won't force you. I'll simply treat this like a long-term training exercise for the Millelith, with several platoons working in rotation to eliminate each wave of monsters. Meanwhile, I'll have scouts keep up the intelligence-gathering work inside the domain. Once we understand it sufficiently well, we can put a strike team together to head in and neutralize the threat. Of course, if you do wish to participate, you'll have my full support and the entire garrison at your disposal. And once the leyline disturbance has been brought under control, I will review your record and compensate you accordingly.
I'll help you, for reasons both professional and personal.
Paimon too! Whichever way you cut it, we can't sit this one out. We're allies of Liyue. We're the best adventurer duo around, and we're friends of Keqing and Yelan. Plus, we don't need to worry about being shortchanged. Keqing and Yelan will definitely make it worth their time.
That looks like determination to me. I like what I see. Alright, here's how we're going to do this. Yelan, tell your team to prepare for another trip into the domain, this time with the Traveler joining them.
Not so fast. I need some time to think this through. The situation at the site is in constant fluctuation, so we can't just go rushing in. We have to we have to time it just right. Traveler, take this time to rest up and assemble your A-team. Be ready for anything. This will be a fiercer battle than most. Alright. I'm not sure. Is my team high level enough to do this yet? I don't know. Let's try. We'll give it a try and see what happens. Now's the perfect time. If we seize this chance, we should be able to go deeper into the domain's core. Of course, that's assuming we can figure out the rules along the way, as well as how to deal with our foes.
Keep your eyes peeled and your blades ready. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. and look out for one another. Remember, whenever the situation takes a turn for the worse, it never hurts to retreat and regroup. Don't go pushing yourselves too hard, all right?
All right.
With that said, I await your triumphant return.
And a triumphant return you shall have.
Yeah! We'll be back with good news for the both of you.
All right, let's give this a try. Let's try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, we may have to wait till we built Skirk up a bit more. Okay, we did it that time, thank God. Alright, let's leave now.
This domain is messed up. No wonder even Yelan found it dicey. Which major historical battle do you think is being reenacted here? Feels like one where most soldiers would be way out of their depths.
The Conrian Cataclysm, perhaps?
Hopefully not. Surely not right. Please tell Paimon you're exaggerating.
Ah, you're back.
And by the look on your face, I'm guessing this is a triumphant return after all?
Sure is. But it was really, really scary in there.
You described the battles you fought to Kaching and Yelan.
Incredible. You did very well to brave all of that and still emerge victorious. Good work.
After you entered the domain, There was a shop dropping stray monsters out here. And although you didn't eliminate the root of the problem, it's plain to see you've weakened the ley line disturbance considerably.
Which means you've weakened the monsters as well. Now any rank-and-file soldiers can comfortably fend them off.
Or they could enter the domain and get a taste of real danger.
Why do you sound weirdly excited about this? Don't go getting too bloodthirsty.
Why is he doing that? Like, what's with that facial expression? He looks like a mischievous little fly. Oh my god.
Oh, one other thing. We received a response from Yujing Terrace. Both the Tianxuan and the Kaiyang have agreed to establish a long-term partnership with the Traveler.
Yay!
Thanks to your tireless efforts, we may even be able to turn this ley line disturbance to our advantage.
Ooh.
Moving forward, you'll have the full support of this garrison. While the disturbance remains active, the Millelith will take care of any monsters that escape from the domain, using the opportunity to hone their combat skills. You, of course, are free to enter the domain if you so wish.
We've turned the tables on this situation. What started as a potential crisis is now a major asset to the Millelith recruits. Great news. I'll keep giving it my all.
Oh, that's a big weight off our shoulders. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, ley lines are pretty fascinating things, aren't they? If only there was a way to grab them and shake all the secrets out. Or, who knows, maybe one day we'll run into some smart cookie who hands us a big thick book called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Ley Lines.
Maybe. Alright, that's that done. Anyways, back to what I was trying to do before. Hello there, ma'am.
Hey there! A guy called Mung Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Mung. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue doing business. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned. Will it do?
Yep. It's great! Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure. Please help yourselves. As long as it's on our shelves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to mix... It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
I'm still not sold on this gift idea.
Great!
I don't know.
Now
Personally,
that
I would
we've
try it.
got all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
Alright. Let's go to Ningguang. Which way is that? This way, alright. Hello there, sir.
According to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
That's because it's the one Ka-Ching told us. He gave us the Yuhan one. Ooh. There she is.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks.
It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's nothing.
It's my first time coming to a place this high up.
This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
This Tianquan does not lack for ambition.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No.
Damn.
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
What's with the weird symbols? Is that supposed to mean she swore? Paimon, don't use such foul language. We also ran into the Yuheng not long ago.
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Kaching said that the Qixing would not wish ill on Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
Okay. Oh, just speak to her? Okay.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
Only in the broadest of strokes.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Tevat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
Why hide the exuvia then?
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, traveler?
It's him, isn't it?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete. So please, this way.
Alright, time to go inside.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Windy staircase. Oh, over there she is. Ningguan, hi.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if
Those
you
cherry
wish.
blossoms.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Naturally.
Is that what I think it is?
Ooh! Isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching...
I don't know. I don't know. Both answers are about Kuching. Okay, my bad. I didn't realize that they were both. I didn't realize they both answers meant you were saying you preferred Kuching. Okay, my bad.
I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
I surmise that the Fatui has a hand in these rumors?
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit.
Oh?
As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them.
Wait, so does that mean she knows about Venti's Gnosis being taken? Because she said it was to prevent something similar from Mondstadt. I mean, she could have been talking about the Dvalin thing, but... I don't know. I mean, she did say she was in correspondence with the acting Grandmaster Jean, who knows about Venti and the Gnosis. So I don't know. I mean, it's possible she could also know the Gnosis was taken, but not know Venti's identity and stuff.
Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
Seriously, Paimon? Seriously?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with you.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that. Let's see, what should we get? One of the sheets on that wall.
Ooh.
Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine. How much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for?
Damn, she's not even trying to hide the fact that she's thinking about Mora.
Let's grab one! The biggest one!
Okay.
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one. La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's see what's written over here. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research, copy. Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of permission. Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the Sigil of permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
It's all unfolding a little too perfectly.
Oh, you really think so? Well, should we not go then?
No, what I mean is...
Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves.
Yeah.
That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
Alright. Honestly, I think I'll finish this part here, and then we will continue on another time. So, my bad, I didn't mean to press that button. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!